year he was okay for about 30 games. I think he averaged 12 a night, but he has been ruined by injuries, and he's on a really good team that it's hard to get minutes. It just is. So I can't knock it. I'm not ripping it. But you know what I do have a problem with? Okay, you made this move. How the hell are we sitting here and Bogdanovich is not moved, and Noel is not moved, and Burks is not moved? Like, guys, the only person who thinks this rebuild's going well is Johnny Kane. Okay, like, what are we doing here?
Apparently, they think that these guys are going to be crucial pieces.
Yeah, you know what's no, you and your fashion hat. Wait a second, okay? You rolled in hot today. I just looked up and saw that thing on top of your head. Here's the deal.
I see you missed me.
The Thunder have like 19 future firsts. The Spurs have acquired 12. What's in the Pistons' war chest? What's in the box? It probably is Gwyneth Paltrow's head. What's in the box? We don't have nothing. So congratulations. You traded one useless guy for potentially another.
Well, no. Not fair. Wiseman could actually end up being a player.
Right.
He was just log-jammed in Golden State.
Can I get a quarter jack that works, please?
That one doesn't work?
I don't know. Yeah, please. It sounds like the audio Robertus gave us on Friday in that segment. Cookies on the phone.
Let's go. You know what?
Don't
I'll leave
worry
it alone.
about me. I'm listening to you.
No, I think when you look at what Wiseman brings, maybe this works out. Maybe he needs an opportunity. But, yeah, you're right. Here's the sad reality. I think they're going all in. They're going all in for Wembayama. They are.
So all you can do to go all in is a 14% shot.
All right, but you're keeping all your players. That's what it looks like to me, Mike. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. But maybe they're just saying, if we get Wembayama, we are an instant team. Just add water, and now we're going for a playoff run, so let's not trade off our pieces. Because that's the only thing that makes sense, because I'm trying to make it make sense.
No, I know. And here's my whole point in this. The NBA has become haves and have-nots. Do we agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, congratulations. If you're a Pistons fan, you're the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay?
Right. Yeah, apparently we got the wrong MSU grad owning the team.
It's the truth.
Because Ishii Bucks were just going flying out like he was at the strip club last night.
But like, okay, whether it's the Thunder, who started rebuilding after you and are ahead of you with a better war chest, whether it's Cleveland, who started after you and are ahead of you with a better war chest, whether it's the Jazz, who just started last year and already have like 7,000 first-round picks, and now the Spurs. Guys, even amongst the rebuilding teams, everybody wants to sponge bathe Troy Weaver's balls. What is he doing? Seriously, we're not re-signing Killian. Bay's gone. Beef Stew's a nothing burger, a Johnny Kane creation. What do we have? We got Cade, Ivy, Duren.
Oh, and by the way, the Warriors get 5 second-round picks.
I mean, so they didn't even want Bay.
No.
But what are 5 second-round picks? You draft a collection of guys that look like Kenny Cott. What are we doing? This is year 4 of a rebuild. We are no closer to being anywhere, and we have no war chest.
You know what it is? The reason why everybody talks about Troy Weaver is this, Mike.
Tell me.
We talk about Brad Holmes for what? His drafting ability, correct?
Yeah.
His trades aren't that great. You know when Troy Weaver shines? One day a year, draft night. The Pistons are going to be involved. The Pistons are going to make trades. The Pistons do business on draft night. So that night, it looks like, wow, look at Weaver. He's just not sitting around doing anything. He is wheeling and dealing. He's moving up. He's got this. He got Jalen Duren. He did all of this stuff. That's his one time to shine. And then after that, it's like Groundhog's Day. He goes back, and we see him again next draft day.
But if we don't have future first-round picks in reserve, we are never going to be able to trade for the pieces we need. No free agent's ever taking our money. Like, I don't know how many times we got to talk about this. There's no free agent unless you're contending for a title in Detroit. And even then, you're going to get B-level guys. You're going to get Antonio McDyess with no ACL. You'll get Chris Webber on a pay cut. Like, you're not getting premium free agents.
Helen Iverson
Right,
on the way out.
AI brought to you by MGM. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. This Bogdanovich thing is the most puzzling thing in the world. He is 34 years old. He's playing the best ball of his life. The timeline of your team does not sync up with a guy in his mid-30s. Trade him, get the draft capital, and let's move on. Nerlens Noel, why is he here? Alec Burks, why are they here? What is the point of all this? So now, and again, I'm not making fun of Rico because there was a moment in time where Bey looked like he was going to be a real player.
Did.
The reality is you've admitted Sadiq Bey is a bust.
No, you did. And here's the other thing. We shouldn't be shocked. We shouldn't be surprised. Why? We've seen this before. We've seen this movie, Mike.
Here's the best part.
You held on to Jeremy Grant until he had no value.
Hello. Where's that drop? Bang.
So I'm looking. They're going to do the same thing with Bogey, and they're just going to hold on and hold on. You saw what happened with the Nets. The Nets
keep making points.
The Nets held on to KD. Think about it. Earlier in this year, he was supposedly going to go to the Suns, but he went to the Suns on a discounted rate. Ayton is still a Sun.
He's on fire.
He was going to be a Net. Nah. Take our bench players. Oh, by the way, Crowder doesn't want to be here. He's not dressing all season long. Pistons are just, they are.
And you're in a fashion hat. Now, look, I understand 6 of you care about basketball in this town, but if you will do me a kindness, it is trade deadline day. Allow us as a radio show to do a little bit on this. Guys, I hate when we allow general managers to run and hide, do nothing, and then whack-a-mole on draft night, look like a star. The job is 365. The job is about hitting a bunch of singles and stacking moves, stacking capital. David, what is the Pistons' war chest right now? In comparison to the Spurs, the Thunder, the Jazz? Go ahead. What is the war chest?
I wish I knew.
But do you understand my point?
You mean as far as future draft picks?
Correct.
Future ones. What do we got?
I think their own.
Oh,
yeah, it is their own.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So here's the answer. You have no war chest. 4 years in, and now you're praying to God with a 14% chance that you get Wembanyama.
Right. I'm trying to think. Did they give up something to get
Duran?
Yeah.
Pull up the war chest.
I can't get a signal.
You know why?
They
It's just too much damn fashion on top of that lid.
They have their own 2023, 2024, 25, 20. I don't see anyone else's first round selection here.
That's why I said you don't have a war chest. The Spurs got 12, the Jazz got 15, the Thunder got 19. What do we got? So we don't have a war chest. We don't have a core. You can say whatever you want and tell me that Caden Ivey could be, might be. Guys, it's not actualized. And until or unless Jaden Ivey can start shooting anything respectable from deep, anything respectable from the field, I need to see him and Cade play together. Duran is a nice start. It's a nice story. It's something we can hope for. But you're a long way from selling me that Jalen Duran is all of a sudden a difference maker.
No.
Guys, why am I holding on to any asset at this point?
The only thing, as I said, you are going and hoping and crossing your fingers that your 14% was that thing. And you got Wembanyama. And now you have your superstar in Detroit to mix along with your other players. So if you don't get rid of everybody and you land him, okay, you know what? Now you're vying for the play-in game. Now you're going in for the 8th spot.
Cade, and by the way, Cade getting hurt, guys, no one is sitting here telling you that it doesn't matter. It does. But guess what? I mean, the Thunder, their number 1 pick died. Okay, Chet didn't play a second this year. Their rebuild started after you. They're younger than you, and they're way better than you. You know, the Cavs don't have some charmed life. Their rebuild started after than you. They're a playoff team, and they made a huge move to get Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz are just starting their rebuild. They have one of the brightest futures in the league. And, oh, by the way, they're better than you now. They sold everything. They liquidated. They're sleeping on milk crates. They're better than you. I'm getting concerned. There are a multitude of teams who started rebuilds after us who are in better shape than us.
I'm hoping that within the next 48 minutes, we'll be able to say something happened. That we moved on. We got something because this, you got rid of Sadiq Bey. He goes to Atlanta. You got Wiseman, but okay, how is this any different than Marvin Bagley? I'm hoping that he's going to be, maybe because I think Bagley was just no good. Wiseman was stuck in Golden State. There was really no place for him to play.
Good thing you gave Marvin a contract. So you got Bagley, Duren, and Wiseman. How's that going to shake out?
I mean, the only thing missing now is they should have got D'Angelo Russell, the hat trick of second-round picks.
Just go sign Eldon Campbell. Let's collect centers.
No, I'm just saying, the number 2 pick overall just always ends up in Detroit.
And look, I'm willing to give Wiseman a run. I got no problem with it, okay? I'm not knocking the kid. I understand it's really hard for 7-footers. It's hard on a championship team. I won't invoke the name of Darko, but going to the Warriors, that's hard.
Especially when the team is not trying to throw the ball down low. This is a team that shoots threes. They're up and down the court.
But it should have worked. It should have worked because of the spacing, the ability for you to operate where no one cares about you.
See, here's why it was never going to work. Who's going to give up shots? So if Steph's going to shoot the ball 20, Clay's going to shoot the ball 20, heck, Jordan Poole comes off the bench shooting the ball 15 times, where's he getting the ball?
Do you buy into what Troy Weaver's got going on here? Because I've said to you, this summer's the end of the road for me. The draft and free agency and the trade market, I need to see something because you're heading into year 5, and I can't. Guys, what do you want me to tell you? I mean, I love Cade. He's hurt. I was fine with the Ivy pick. Certain nights he looks better than others, but overall he cannot shoot the ball, and that's going to be a huge limiting factor. And you've just sent Bay out. You're not re-signing Killian. You're not re-signing Beef Stew. You're holding on to a 34-year-old on a sweetheart contract that is worth a first-round pick somewhere. What are we doing here? Oh, and by the way, nobody believes in the owner and nobody believes the coach has a pulse. Unless you work for Bally. Then you love both.